All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. So, continuing on with the series on increasing testosterone. Today, this one is going to be brief, but we're going to be talking about increasing testosterone through compounding exercises. Now, what are compounding exercises? Compounding exercises are weightlifting exercises that utilize your full body. Okay, so examples of this would include deadlifts, squats, bench press, just to name a few. Okay, now these exercises utilize different parts of your body, everything from your shoulders to chest to back to glutes to quads. So you name it, it's involved in it. All right. Now, the reason these exercises increase testosterone is exactly because of the strain that they put on your body and multiple muscle groups at the same time. But the one thing to keep in mind is that it's not a matter of just doing these exercises. You have to do these exercises with as heavy as possible off a weight. Now, you'll see people do these exercises with 8 to 12 to 15 or 20 reps. And if you do them that way, you're actually not going to get the testosterone increasing benefits off of these exercise. You may get body composition benefits. You may get slight muscle coordination benefits. But to really get the testosterone increasing benefit, you need to focus on doing these exercises at your limit, being the 1 rep max. Okay, so for example, right now my deadlift is maxing for 1 rep at 505 pounds. Okay, now that is very heavy weight for me. All right, even at my heaviest walking around weight, that is still very heavy. It's almost 5 times, well, not 5 times, 3.5 to 4 times my body weight, depending on the weight I walk in. But what happens is, because I am pushing through so much weight, okay, even just for 1 rep, in order for my body to adapt moving forward, it signals my system to increase testosterone. Because when you lift weight like this, that much weight, especially, I'm not necessarily the best equipped or built for deadlifting. Okay, as a matter of fact, deadlifts are extremely difficult for me because of my proportions, which adds actually to the challenge when it comes to testosterone increasing sort of capabilities here. So what's going to happen is, the first time I'm going to push through that much weight, obviously it's going to be ego lifting. My form is going to be out of the window, even though I try my best to do so, but we're pushing here for strength increases, so perfection isn't the objective. I'm going to really will my way through the movement of the weight off of the ground, right? It has nothing to do with muscle strength, because I wouldn't have left that much weight before. It has nothing to do with nervous system conditioning, okay? All I've got is my will and whatever little motivational energy that burns out very quickly internally and within my brain. All right. So what happens is, you're going to obviously, when you're pushing for 1 rep maxes, fail the first time or couple of times before you're able to move the weight in a very imperfect manner. But what happens is, every time you attempt to move the weight, every time you start getting better form-wise at moving the weight, you're having these micro adaptations taking place in your body. Now, they're driven by different things. They're driven by your nervous system adapting. They're driven by your confidence in recognizing that you can move the weight, because now you're doing it in the moment. But most importantly, what is helping you here is your body recognizes that you're going through a lot of stress, and it can't stop you from doing that. So in order to adapt and help you out to move that weight in that compound movement, okay, it's going to start producing more testosterone. And I can say this with confidence that this works, because I've tested over the years in terms of blood tests in relation to compound lifts, and I've found this direct correlation between extreme heavy lifting, compound movements like deadlift, and increases in my testosterone level, okay, be it total or free testosterone level. So it definitely does work for increasing your testosterone, okay? And the concept behind it is that when you put yourself through such a physical and psychological, believe it or not, stressor, in your body adapts to help you out by producing more testosterone. Okay, and this is why compound lifts, heavy compound lifts for your 1 rep max. Okay, so just one lift, 1 rep, as heavy as you can. Okay, even if there's an imperfection in form and movement, will actually yield direct increases in your testosterone production. Okay, so this, I cannot recommend it enough. All right, it's just game changer for those of you out there that think you have low testosterone, or maybe your testosterone is not as optimal as possible. Before you consider anything else, and after looking at optimizing things like your sleep, your diet, okay, and stress in your life, target heavy compound lifts. And like I said, the beauty of it is you don't have to go into the gym and do 3 to 6 sets of 8 to 20 reps. Okay, it is literally going in, doing 1 rep. So let's lay it out a bit for you guys. Maybe if you're going into the gym and you're gonna do 1 rep max for deadlift, okay, to increase testosterone. So you go in one day, you do whatever your warm-up routine is. If you warm up, I personally don't warm up, I just hit the weights straight. But you start off with a 1 rep of 1 plate each side, being a 45 pound or 20 kilograms if you're a part of the world that uses kilograms. Then you throw a second pair of plates, so that's 2 plates now, 1 rep. Then a third plate, that's 1 rep. Then a fourth plate, that's 1 rep. And then the fifth plate on each side, to 10 plates in total, 5 reps, or 1 rep. Okay, and that's basically progressive overload using a 1 rep max. All right, and the reason you're not going straight into a 5 plates, like in my case being my max, is because you, in a way, even though I don't warm up, it is still a warm up in terms of, letting your body know that that's the mechanical movement you're going to repeat, right? And for you also to try to get the form as best as possible in the lighter weights, because as you go up in weights, your form goes out of the window. It's just, there's no escaping it. If you're pushing for strength, your form is going to go up. Your form is going to go out of the window as you are increasing your strength, okay? So this is how you would go about it. And like I said, there's, the reason your body produces the extra testosterone is because of the stress, the physical stress on your body. This is helping you adapt and cope with the stressor. But also, and again, this is just my theory, I do believe there is a very psychological element to this too, in that, your mind and brain get taxed hard when you're doing 1 rep maxes and compound movements, okay? And you're gonna know that this is really working for you when the first few times you do it and you max your 1 rep, you're gonna come back home, you're gonna lie down on bed, you're gonna feel extremely exhausted, extremely tired. If you're pushing yourself too hard, you might end up having flu-like symptoms. Just that's because your immune system took a hit from the stress, and it might take you a day or 2 or even 3 to recover from this, but it's that sort of downtime and recovery period is where your body starts to register adaptations and make this new changes to help you moving forward, to deal with that stressor. And obviously in this case, it's going to be an increase in testosterone, okay? So yeah, so definitely try out compound lifts for 1 rep max, as heavy as possible. It will increase your testosterone. I recommend that you get your blood test markers done prior to starting a program like that, and then do a blood test 6 months down the road from being consistent with these compound heavy lifts, and you will see a notable difference. Again, controlling for everything else like your diet, your sleep, your stress levels, and assuming you don't have any sort of genetic disorder or any other physiological issues when it comes to your endocrine system. Okay? So, with that said, you guys, this is it for this upload. So, I'm going to wrap it up here as per usual. Very much appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.